Hi, I'm Andrew Trundle. You're watching NME. We're here at Mad Cool 2025 with Future Islands.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hola. Hi.
Hola.
Hi.
How's your Spanish?
Not that good.
Yeah, no. Buen dia.
What's that?
A good day.
I've got Donde está la fiesta?
Where's the festival?
Where is the party?
Oh, where's the party? Yeah.
So write that one down for the future.
Yeah.
I learned how to say bubble.
Say it.
Burbuja.
That's good.
Because I had to buy bubble wrap to wrap my Bromptons to ship them back home.
Say it again.
I don't have a case for my Bromptons yet, so I gotta wrap it with bubble wrap and put it in cardboard. That's my next move when I become a real musician. When a real professional musician, I'm gonna have a case for my folding bike.
And you can say bubble wrap in every language.
I'm getting there.
One day.
I'm getting there. I got 2 languages so far.
You guys regulars in Madrid?
Regular. Once a year.
Not as much as we'd like to be.
Yeah. It took us a long time to kind of break into it over here, just because I think touring in general, you as an American band, you're usually kind of stuck in Central Europe, and they'll be like, "Oh, Spain and Portugal, they're their own thing," and we're like, "Please." So south of France, Spain, Portugal it can sometimes be hard to get to unless you're doing a really long tour. But we've tried. I think festivals are usually what brings us to this area more.
How do you guys enjoy your downtime in Madrid, this part of the world, this part of Europe?
I got to check out a museum yesterday. Walked around. In addition to getting the bubble wrap, that was like a big thing. The bubble wrap was huge. I had to walk for like 15 minutes through the streets of Madrid with all this bubble. It was pretty awesome. I felt pretty safe though. If I bumped into anything, I would be all right.
I unfortunately don't usually get to see anything because I expend a lot of energy on stage, and so when I have a day off, I really need every single moment to just lay and take vitamins and sleep and recover.
Roll around in bubble wrap.
Yeah, well, that's part of the thing.
Is it going to be on stage tonight?
You should bring it.
The bubble?
Yeah.
It's in the truck right behind the stage, so you never know. It can totally make an appearance.
Well, I've been watching you guys for many, many years. It's usually at festivals, and it strikes me that you guys are kind of like become like a modern quintessential festival band. Like you see Future Islands on the line. There's something about the energy, the spirit, the songs. So it's like, fuck, we have to go watch Future Islands. I mean, do you feel that way? Do you enjoy rising to that challenge?
I don't know. It's hard. I think festivals can be really both really difficult and amazing opportunities to reach new people. I think we feel most comfortable when we're doing our own shows because we know people are there who know exactly what we do and want to connect with that feeling. I think if you come to one of our shows, there's more ebbs and flows emotionally within the set. When we tend to at a festival just be like, let's just play the bangers, and sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't, because sometimes you do have to just trust yourself, like, yeah, we got to throw some slow jams in and play with the ebb and flow and pull people in different ways, give people a breath at moments as well. That's just something you can do when you have an hour and 45 minutes versus an hour and 15 versus an hour versus 45, where you're just like, let's just punch people in the face for 45 minutes.
No prog rock interlude.
No, we have not graduated to the noodling yet.
Well, obviously it was like, we don't need to talk anymore about Letterman or Jules Holland and that stuff. That's what, when you kind of came to the attention of the world, because you guys, I think I read that you had like 800 shows under your belt before then, and obviously you had the albums, etc. But I wanted to ask, at what point in that journey did you become this kind of live beast that Future Islands are now? How far into the road did you become this kind of wild?
I feel like we've always been very at home on the stage. And we've always been like for example, like the way Sam performs is like he's always kind of had that kind of energy
like
as a front man.
He was like, "What's this guy doing?"
Not rehearsal, but the first time there was an audience in front of us, he really came alive in this way. And we made a name for ourselves around North Carolina where we first started as being a good live band. So I think we've always kind of had that kind of energy. It's definitely changed over the years, especially with the addition of, Future Islands. Our first album, we had a live drummer for that first year, but then he left the band, and we had drum machines for like 6 or 7 years after that, something like that, until Mike joined. So the live drums really kind of, I think, elevated what we did in a way. But yeah, it's kind of we've always kind of done our thing.
Yeah, but that 6.5 years where it was just me, William, and Garrett, our keyboardist, like we were just a 3-piece touring around the world. Like in that time, we did probably around 700 shows as a 3-piece, and that trying to find the energy of the missing drummer was where a lot more of kind of the dynamic energy that I try to bring onto the stage came from, because we came from a Europop background with our first band that was all drum machines. Then we had a drummer we were a punk band all of a sudden. Then they left and we were back to these drum machines, but it was like, well, how do we still bring that energy of that punk, that feeling and that chaos? So that kind of went into the performance. Bringing the drums back in, I think, unified it, gelled it. At the same time, we were much more polished, and just older and understood like what sounded good and what worked at shows. Because I mean, you only know by doing. Like I think, like William said, I think we always had that raw energy, and the live show has always been what it's about since we were 19-year-old kids. But it was those 6 years, those 700 shows as a 3-piece where we figured out like what this was, and trial by error. And yeah, we're really ready for the opportunity when presented with it.
Can you imagine yourselves being like the Stones and still pulling these moves in your 70s, 80s, 90s?
I think about that all the time because I know I live down in New Orleans these days, and the Rolling Stones played at Jazz Fest not this past summer, but the summer before that. And I just remember that people told me that Mick Jagger came out on stage and like it was like 110 degrees. I don't know what that is, 45 Celsius. And he literally comes out in like a leather suit and is just like chicken dancing for like an hour and a half. And I don't understand, I like it takes a lot, It takes a lot of energy and to do those things. So I think it's a testament to them. I'm always really amazed like by musicians that are still doing this at advanced ages, even if that's like 50 or 60, because we're only 40 or 41, and it's already, we already feel that weight. So it's an ultimate respect to the old dogs.
Very expensive bubble wrap for Mick Jagger.
Yeah. I gotta get that Vici IV. Yeah.
And you guys have been getting some of the best reviews of your career for people who aren't there anymore. How's it been living in the orbit of that record for the last year?
Do you have any thoughts? I mean,
I was just gonna say we're really proud of the record. I think we're all really happy with how it turned out. It was sort of a winding path making that record. It was kind of some of the songs were before the pandemic, and then a lot of them were kind of written during and right after the pandemic. So it was really it felt really disjointed, the making of that record. But I'm really. At one point, I didn't think the songs fit together. I remember talking to Sam about, like, I don't know if this is even an album. And I think when we wrote The Garden Wheel, seemed like the missing link, maybe. Maybe that song kind of held everything together in some way. But, yeah, we're just really proud of it and happy. And we just heard that it's been doing well. We heard from the label yesterday that it's doing really well. We sold a good number of records since it's come out. So we're feeling excited about that. But, yeah, we're just proud of it. And I'm stoked that people are giving it a chance.
Yeah, it's our, records have always been much more difficult for us, going back to the live experience. That's always where we felt comfortable. And I we've really tried to find out how to like capture what we do. And not capture, you can't capture the live experience, but try to, harness some of that energy into the compact form. And I feel like we really tried hard on the record before it, As Long As You Are, but with people who aren't there anymore, we were able to elevate that even more. And just feeling like it's crazy to be like, we're, put out your best sounding record. It took 20 years almost of recording, but also you're really, just really proud. And you hope that you don't mess up again and go backwards. Cause we've definitely like made advances in records and then like taken a step back and then like advanced a little bit and taken a step back. And, you hope that you figure it out and can move forward. The difficulties in it are, that album was really hard for me because it's like really hard stories from my life. And that honesty is both liberating and painful in its vulnerability. So, you say, well, do I have to be more vulnerable next time? And those things are scary, but it's part of, I believe it's part of the job of the artist. Maybe not the job, but what's the point is more or less like, what's the point of being an artist if you're not going to be honest with yourself,
Yeah.
even if it's painful. It's that pain that, it's the pain that you hold that allows other people to have a release of the pain that they're afraid to share themselves. And so yeah, you have to bear down, as we begin writing and have begun writing the next album.
Well, that's it. So I think a lot of music fans forget, because obviously I think people think about albums in cycles. Like, you're still on the cycle for this record, but you're not in the same world as this record, because that was before,
Yes.
So how are you now? What's going on in this pocket of time, still inhabiting these songs on stage, but being in a different stage of life,
I mean, it's been the people who aren't there anymore is sort of it feels like a transitory moment. This era of the band feels like a transitory moment for the band. I mean, I left Baltimore. I'd been in Baltimore for, I think, 14 years, and I moved to L.A. Sam recently moved out of Baltimore. Those were like just huge shifts. And then also we both Sam and I went through massive breakups, and then I've also fallen in love since then, since the breakup. So it's been just a whole, it's like a whole new life, I feel like, beginning for the band and for us individually. Just huge shifts, and not just us. I think the other guys in the band have had just life events that just happen. Life happens, So I'm excited to see what's going to come next. We, like Sam said, we've been working on new material, and the new stuff sounds really strong, sounds really promising. So I'm really excited to see what we do with it. So that's next.
Yeah. It's all there. There have been so many transitions, and like William said, just us personally going through big separations, and now back with new partners, and finding peace in those relationships, and there's so many. It is just cycles of life. You think you're going through a hard time, and then you find yourself in another place. And then maybe you're going through a hard time again. That's how it goes. We keep rolling and keep writing, and trying to capture those moments is really what the band is about.
Yeah.
Anything
you can tell us about the new stuff? Is this where you do your prog rock wick out?
I don't think so. I don't think we'll ever be there. I don't know.
Some of the stuff reminds me a lot of our first album. The more kind of frenetic, almost punk energy, some of the stuff. But then we also have these some stuff that doesn't sound like anything we've done before. So.
And there's a song that I think is going to be on like every car commercial in the world.
Oh yeah,
it's that good.
Well, like Open Road Springsteen vibes.
I don't know. I was just like, man, this song is really good. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
so I won't tell you what it is.
What rhymes with Ford?
What rhymes with Ford?
That's good. That's good.
It's heavy.
We're looking forward to it. Future Islands. Thank you so much.
All right,
cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.